Welcome everyone, this is Michael Ramon Ricardo, and I want to talk about the vacuum. I like to go into metaphors because you can relate to these certain things. Like I spoke about the pillow, I spoke about, so many different things that, the plate, I spoke about that. But the vacuum, what is the vacuum? The vacuum is known to clean things up, right? But it's also known to suck away some things. What in life has to be cleaned up? And what would have to be sucked away? What would have to go into that container that the vacuum has to be thrown away? We are scared to clean up some things because we're afraid that it will get sucked away along with the dirt, along with the things that we have that is dirty. So we're like, I would love to be clean, but if I get clean, this will get sucked away. This will not be in my life anymore. But the vacuum, if you allow God to just take away those things that are making your life unclean, that are not giving you that clean life, that air to breathe that is fresh and clean, you'll start developing bacteria, you'll start developing all these different things that will be affected. You'll have infestation. You'll have all these different things being affected the wrong way because you're not cleaning it up. And yes, to keep a clean life, to have life to stay clean could be a day-to-day type of thing. It could be even an hour-to-hour type of thing. It could be a constant thing. But Paul examined himself daily. He didn't miss a day. He had to make sure, God, am I going the right way? God, am I going the right way? God, am I going the right way? It's just like a vacuum. Okay, dirt comes on the floor. You're just going to leave it there? Or are you going to take the vacuum and suck it up? Because what if you have dirt on the floor and there's ants that came from that dirt? What's going to happen if you don't take it and clean it at that time? The ants are going to start to crawl different places. Would you want ants to start crawling at different places in your home? Allow your body to be a temple that God can use, right? And a temple is what? A home, right? So if you don't have a clean home, you have ants crawling around because of the dirt, then it's going to have more ants coming around. And there's going to be a lot of things you're going to start itching. You're going to start having all these different issues. You're going to have an infestation. It's just not going to look right. If you don't clean things, there's going to be mold. There's going to be different type of bacteria that start to build up. But the vacuum is used to suck all that dirt away. So if the ants are in the dirt is going to be sucked up and the ants have to go with it. All the things that are inside there, the infestation, the molds and all that, they're going to get sucked up. They have no choice but to get sucked up. But along with all that dirt that you have, if it's gone, it's going to be gone. Sometimes some coins get sucked up in the vacuum. Sometimes some broken pieces that are on the floor will get sucked up by the vacuum. And these little broken pieces that are in your life, you just have to allow them to get sucked up so that you can get clean. Because you have other pieces inside your life that are whole and full and made great by God. And we don't have to touch those things, but to keep them guarded and allow them to be guided by God. These things in the world that are dirty, if we don't allow the vacuum to clean these things up, we will remain dirty. How can you move forward in a clean life if you have dirt here and there? So a clean life is what we can desire. So then that way we don't have mold and infestation and things that are coming out of nowhere. Because what happens when you haven't cleaned something 100% properly? You're going to have different bacteria come out of nowhere. And that's how we look at problems. If you don't allow God to suck up all those things that are going on in your life, if you don't allow God to get you clean, those things that you hold on to, those things that you didn't clean up, will end up coming back in the future. What a great thing it is to have grace and to surrender all to God. That's why a vacuum is needed. That's why cleanliness is needed. That's why taking whatever you do have, and it's a day-to-day process and even hour-by-hour process for a lot of people. Sometimes it could be every other day, but you always have to see it to this point. You have to make sure you are examining yourself daily, cleaning yourself up daily, asking God, what can I do daily? So then that way you can stay focused and go in the right pathway. Because it could take one slip, it could take one time where something could just get dirty. And then there's a huge infestation going on. And what happens when gangrene happens to hit the body? What happens when certain bacteria happens to hit the body? There have been people who have passed away because they haven't had the right type of cleaning or the right type of medical things to practice taking place for them to stay clean. People who get sick from having bad lungs. If you have smoke in the air that's not good for your body, it's going to end up infesting your body sometime down the line. So you have to maintain cleanliness and maintain a way of, relying on God and examining yourself daily. Asking God, what can you do to stay on a narrow pathway, to stay clean? And yes, it is a challenge. I'm saying that because even for me, for everybody in this world, nobody can say that they have a peachy cream life, that they don't have a vacuum. Nobody can say that they don't have a vacuum. The vacuum is needed. It is at our disposal. And God can be that vacuum for our life to clean up all the things that we have, if we allow Him to. I can go further in this, and I want to make sure you all get the metaphor. So I will end with that. Again, my name is Ricardo. Know that God loves you. I love you. You all take care, and God bless.